Okay, I'm listing a Jeep Wrangler TJ frame. It is a lower grade frame. It has no rust on it whatsoever. So that makes it a higher grade, but there are some things on this frame. If you're gonna be building a crawler or something off-road, I mean, you could still use it on-road, but this would be an ideal frame, be super cheap for you. I don't sell frames this cheap ever, especially they don't have rust in them. But this is an opportunity to. If you want to put it back to factory, I have the mounts to do so. And let me explain why you have to have these. This had a long arm kit on it. When you put a long arm kit on these, they make you lop off the lower control arm mounts. The uppers are there, both sides, front and rear, but the lowers are not. Okay, so you need this set here. And we'd sell you this set. I was gonna include them at a higher price for the frame, but as I was doing the video, and this is part of the reason I do videos, even after I look at a frame 100 times, the video helps me scan them, like a complete scan. I do it because I like to say, you know, you're standing here right next to me. These videos give you that opportunity. But in addition to that, it lets me kind of scan them, and if I miss something, which in this case I did, as I was flowing through this, I noticed this guy. I have no idea what happened there. It is literally looks like a puncture, and like a hot punch. I mean, it almost looks like, you know what? I know what it is. I bet it's a bullet hole. I bet somebody shot through the floor, because this is about right where the passenger with a big gun. I don't think it came out, but that's exactly what would have made that mark. I'm sitting here looking at it like, what in the world would have made that mark? And that's the only thing I can think of. And if you have any better idea or thoughts or whatever, then, you know, we'll go from there. But we'll call this the bullet frame for now. And that's exactly what happens when something big too. I bet a rifle. I mean, it could have been, I guess, a handgun, especially if it was close. But my 300 would have definitely done that, but it would have went all the way through. So this is probably, I don't know, maybe 9 mil or something. And somebody might be able to tell me better, but I bet you anything that's what that is. It took me a while to figure it out. So you got a bullet hole or whatever the heck we think that is in the frame. You got no lower control arm mounts. Those are gonna need to be replaced. Or if you're using it for a long arm kit, that'd be ideal. Everything else is great. It's a great frame, no rust on it. Scope the insides. Inside looks beautiful. I was actually hoping for a better frame. And then, like I said, I seen that hole there and thought, well, crap. And you know, there's got some extra holes down here, and I'll flip it over just to show you real quick, but let me finish the top side here. So I don't usually list pricing in videos because they change so often from years to years, especially as hard as these are getting to get. But this frame, it's spec'd out still straight. So it's a straight rust-free frame, but it needs, there's your mount missing there, okay? You got 1, 2, and then your rears, 3, 4. Part of the reason that I put so much meat on these guys, because you got rails on them, you don't need the rails. So I wanted you to be able to see the placement on them. You know, it's got the body mount, upper control arm. You can see exactly where they go, not have any issue. Just line them up, mark them, tack them in place, and then weld them. So I'm gonna put this frame up for $1,500, which is exactly, it's actually less than half. We normally get $3,200 on a grade A frame, and I'm out of them right now. So this is the last one I have. It is a 6-cylinder, so it'll work on any 4.0 9706. If you're gonna use it, it is an 03 to 06 frame originally. So if you're gonna be using a 9706, or excuse me, a 9702, you need to give me a holler, and I will, I'll probably, you know, I won't charge a lot, but I'll give you a good deal and get you the pieces you need, and then it'll bolt on. You don't have to do any welding or grinding any elsewhere other than the mounts to make this work on an earlier one. Here's the extra holes. So, and this has to do with that belly pan they do on some of those long arm kits. So, I mean, if you're not gonna go back to a long arm, I just plate them in, reinforce them. It's got a belly pan there, so it is stronger, but nonetheless, I don't like having extra holes in frames. So and there's another reason I discounted them. So, all right, questions, comments, concerns, give me a holler, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. And I got to roll here in just a minute. I got a phone call coming in, so, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot.